Gotcha.
Yep. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Still need to set my stuff up though. So this will be a couple minutes while I get my PS3 set up. So how's everyone doing? Whew. Okay. Hey, that's good. Slide that in. Okay, I need to do some recropping. Let me just get that off screen. I need to do some resizing, so bear with me. Stuff is going to look weird on screen for a bit. No, I'm getting banned? Shoot. It's been a good one. Alright, that should be good. Yeah, that's fine, Becky. I'm happy you at least came around for the Spyro run. Let's turn that up a little bit. Alright, thanks for the good luck, Becky. Have a good night. Okay, let me set some game options. There we go. Okay, I can just play over this file. Once again, timing doesn't actually start until like close to around the first input for this game. So we get to sit here and enjoy a nice cutscene together for a little while.
Have I ever told you about my son? Remarkable boy. Quite smart. He was born in a robot factory.
Thanks for the luck, White Paws.
Galaxy. But to be precise, he was created much farther away. My son's name is XJ0461, but the universe knows him as Clank.
This is actually a really nice run for me to have right after 117. Because whereas 117 can be quite difficult, quite, you know, some intricate movements, this game can be a lot more, nicer.
Access denied. Neural safeguard activated.
No! Locked out again! It's in here, Lawrence! Somewhere in this brain lies the key to the Orbis chamber! No Orbis chamber! Your soniness! If we could take but a peek at the chamber! No Orbis chamber! Chamber is for sire only! Very well! Then I think it's time our partnership came to an end! Say hello to...
Not the hypersonic brainwave scrambler.
Hypersonic...
Thanks for the good luck, Kuro. Good evening, Pendel Steven.
Mentioned, the equipment is especially susceptible to sonic weaponry.
Backup generator activated.
He's awake! Stop him!
Alright. And here we go. Same dress. So, as you may notice, the movement right now kind of looks like I'm trying to be a bird. That's because the fastest movement as Clank is actually falling. So, what you do is, since Clank has 3 jumps, you end up jumping, hovering, and then immediately canceling. Because you can cancel glides in this game. And you use that to go across. Bitten Kaidos 100% is going on the right. What the heck? What is that doing?
Look at the scanner above you. Good. Now, there's one more beneath you.
Hmm?
Got it. You're recalibrated.
Yeah. Or not like a webcam.
Hold them off as long as I can.
Time for enemies detected on planet just
So yeah, for the first few minutes, you'll get to see me just kind of fly around like a bird.
There's a perfectly logical explanation for that. But let's save it for another time. Let's go, sir. They belong to Dr. Nefarious.
time cleaner.
Hurry up, sir. Use your helipad.
there isn't really too much to say about this other than, well, just trying to escape this section for now, so I'm just, you know, going forward as fast as I can. Not this, so of course, Ratchet and Clank games involve like a lot of currency to be able to get certain weapons so that you can certain weapons for like good scenarios in the game. Some weapons are good for certain instances. I'll be collecting a few weapons in this run, not too many, and because of that, I don't actually have to get that many bolts, and this category gets a lot of bolts, so I don't have to worry at all about money. So most of this category consists of like going through the game, grabbing the gold bolts, and then just kind of forgetting about all of the other characters in the game.
Dr. Nefarious, I should have known you were behind this. Where have you taken me?
You don't recognize it? This is your home. The great
I have no idea yet if there's a 111-hour meme. That would work a lot better than the 99 one, though, considering that's a possible time.
I am curious. What lie did you tell the Zoni in your quest for vengeance?
Vengeance? You think I went to all this trouble for mere vengeance? They say I'm egomaniacal. Let's just
That is also quite true.
all in the past. Lawrence!
Right here, sir.
Ready the orb of gratuitous immobilization.
Shall I prepare the mnemonic station again?
No, I have a better idea.
But, sir...
Patience, Lawrence. We have all the time
So,
in the universe.
most of the runners in this game actually use a lock strafe format when they play. I'm actually an outlier, being I'm like the only one that does not. And I like to do it that way because it lets me have some flexibility when attempting to do some glitches in the game. So, sometimes when you'll see me doing glitches, it'll just kind of look like I'm flailing around to an extent, and I mean, to be honest, I kind of am. Well, a lot of times I'll be running around with strafe actually on. A lot of what this is root on, or like some of like the rooting with enemies is based on, since I don't have to worry about like money for weapons or anything, is getting a bunch of getting experience and stuff from both weapons and myself. So sometimes you'll see me like attacking certain things with a certain weapon, or like technically farming. This game, compared to the others in the series, I would say it's the best in terms of like casual. It's kind of slow moving for a while as a speedrun, but I think it's a fantastic game casually. Alright, so on top of like characters' hitboxes, there is actually a small bit of space that you can land. And for this instance, you could double jump and then land neutrally on top of Quark's head as he runs past. And then you can just jump up and grab the bolt. And by neutral, I mean like not holding any analog stick inputs or anything. One thing that you'll see me doing a fair bit in this are glitched high hyper strikes, which give you a little bit extra height. I didn't actually need one there somehow. That is the first time I've ever made that without a hyper strike. So that's insane. I was going to explain them, but now I'm not even doing them. So this is the first weapon that you get. It's the Constructo Bomb. It looks as so. And this is actually going to be the weapon that I'm using throughout most of the run, to be quite honest. Because this weapon is very overpowered.
You got it,
Yo,
sidekick.
thanks, Jazz.
Smart thinking. I'll just stay here and hold the fort.
Now I have to save this woman's fond good children from all of these alien creatures. But there's also a gold bolt over here, so I kind of want to get that first. How long is this speed run? My estimate is 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's for all gold bolts. Any percent is around 2 hours. So. Alright, so now I have to save the rest of the children. So, go over here, save this one. This one is actually stuck in a very interesting situation with a bunch of time anomalies.
I still haven't.
And this is where you start to see some of the glitches shine in the game. This game is a very broken ledge grab mechanic that I'm not seeming to be able to show off. There we go. Some objects you should not be able to ledge grab all. I jumped too early. I wanted to make that cycle, and I missed because I was wanting to rush it. But anyway, there are a lot of objects that you really should not be able to ledge grab in this game that you can. And that can create for some very interesting scenarios where you'll... What the heck? Where you'll clip through ceilings and walls sometimes. It's actually like... There we go. That's just used to skip like all the platforming in here. World record is a 3:04:21. My PB is world record. The sum of best is like a high 255.
Happy to be of service, ma'am.
The Cyboids will be back soon. Come. We have to get into the village.
So, what are these things?
Mutated viruses from the Cortex sector. We haven't seen them on this planet in years. Something must have happened to the Zoni. Elvis, open the door.
Vanessa!
Got to show off landing on Cortex's head again at the last second.
One of the elders spotted Lord Vorsalon's warship.
Yeah, sub 3 is possible. I actually, 2 days ago, I was easily on pace to get sub 3, and I was within 20 seconds of my best segments up until like an hour in, and then I just train wrecked.
No one likes a show off.
So yeah, this is one of like the main areas that you start to kind of farm. You want to like make sure that you get around like a level 2 Constructo Bomb there.
I saw your starship crash on the other side of the ridge. I believe we may be of assistance.
The ship's trashed. There's no way we'll be able to repair it.
Ah, but the Zoni can. Meet me at the Temple of Thon whenever you're ready. I will explain
Yeah.
everything.
It's not fun going full train wreck. It never is. But it happens. Oh, I didn't mean to ledge grab there. Alright, so here we are, the Temple of Thon,
Ship is not beyond repair.
being forced to listen to someone for a while.
Powers beyond anything this universe has ever seen. Powers not to be taken lightly. Can you keep a secret? Well, the Zoni are powerful creatures capable of almost anything, but they are also hive minds and must be kept together for their energy to work. Inside is a vessel which
When they
will
go
allow you
off
to
kilter.
rescue lost Zoni and harness their bioenergy. Follow me and don't touch anything.
I know, it already does. It's great. It's not too bad though. This run, for the most part, it can be quite glitchy. A lot of the glitches aren't especially difficult, but they can be quite costly if you fail them.
Red shirt is a go.
Alright. The key to surviving situations like this is to avoid phrases
Also, whereas like all the other Ratchet and Clank games usually have like a certain movement tech or something, this one doesn't actually have like a glitched movement tech or anything truly special. I'll be getting hover boots later that I'll be able to use for some stuff, and allow me to not move at this slow of a speed.
And he's sure it'll fix a few.
But that won't be for a little while still.
Zoni bioenergy is the most powerful resource in the omniverse.
Okay, so this is the main collectible that I actually need to or the main object that I need to be able to leave this planet. To answer your question, I've been running this game since 2015. This category I just rooted within the last year. And I've been planning on running Tools of Destruction. Also right there, I picked up a Zoni that I actually wasn't supposed to grab yet. And because of that, it put me at where I was supposed to be when I grabbed it. Essentially, wrong warping. That's the only situation that you get to see that in this game. Here, optimally, you want to kill certain enemies to be able to spawn more and to eventually get everything done. Or to open a door that's down below. So you start off with those guys. This one up here isn't actually necessary, but it's better to get it. I don't think those ones are either. I need to kill these three though, so that these guys get taken away, as you'll see in a second. There we go. And then these ones spawn. Now I open the door. Just optimally getting that worked out. And you do actually need to stay close to this guy. There are chances that maybe sometime up here you'll miss an enemy, or the guy will just be moving too slow and it'll just kind of stop. And it's really annoying because you have to walk all the way back to him. Also, that weapon level up was planned for that spot. It actually came slightly later than I wanted, because it will kill all of those small enemies there. I almost got 2 bomb. Killing all those guys with 2 bombs is kind of hard. I should level up to level 3 here with my constructor bomb. Virus and threat protection. I don't really care right now. This is the last Zoni I need here. So, in any percent, you actually do not need any Zoni. The Zoni in this game are actually used for ship upgrades. And there are certain ship upgrades casually that you need to be able to complete the game. But you can bypass every single one of them. In All Gold Bolso, there's one planet that you cannot reach unless you get a grappling tether. And usually in any percent, you just skip the planet. It doesn't matter. that speedrun is still sitting still. Yeah, I forgot to turn some of those off. Alright. So yeah, I actually didn't grab a gold bolt there. There are 4 on Quantos, but I'll actually be going back to Quantos later for a certain glitch that I really don't need to explain for a while, because it's only used once in this category. It's used like 3 times in any percent. But all gold bolts, it's only used once. Okay, I got some good RNG there, actually. What I wanted there was the purple power-up, which is Kaboom. And Kaboom allows you to just explode every ship on the screen. It seems like that one, if you do a similar thing every time, once you leave Quantos, you get very similar power-ups every time. So, I'm not actually sure if it's RNG or not. Or if it's just situational. So now we're on board Salon's ship. We're here to save Quark, who is stolen away, which he didn't see because I skipped the cutscene. Along with some of the Thon goods, which are the aliens on the planet we were just at. Excuse me. So we're going to come in and we're going to save him, is what you think I'm going to do. Or is what the game thinks I'm going to do. But I have some different plans that involve me going a little bit faster. So I'm just going to start by going through here pretty normally. There isn't too much for like the first half of the ship. Tried to throw my wrench at him. I do have different plans. I have quite different plans. It involves not going anywhere near Quark, actually. I hope Baton Kaitos isn't frozen. That would be bad. Just because of the RTMP. Okay. That's good. That's good to hear. Alright, so here's a little bit more farming. Well, kind of farming. I also do just genuinely have to kill some of the enemies sitting up here to get through this door. Should just be this one left. Yeah, there we go. Rhino part that doesn't matter. And here's coming another glitch involving ledge grabs in this game.
Who is Alistair Asimov?
I don't know, some rebel.
Alright, well find out what you can. If he's an enemy
So,
of Nefarious,
there's
he
an
might be a
interesting
friend to us.
thing. Once again, not only NPCs have the spot that you can stand on top, enemies also do. So, what I need to do is I need to jump on one of these guys. Which can be really annoying. There we go. And I land up here above the map, and I jump down, and I land here. And that skips about half of the ship. And now I'm here at Forsalon. So this is the Vorsalon fight. So you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Throw bombs at him. He gets hurt. Now we get to go to the Vila sector. And since we get to go to a new sector, that means we get to go... Is there some big glitch that's being hunted for? There is one big glitch that we want to find. There is one planet revisit that we must do. That if we can get out of the run, we can save an additional, like, 10 minutes. Okay, so now we're going over to the Vila sector, which means we're moving on to the next chapter of the game. Next chapter, the start of every chapter is going to start with the Clank section, where Clank is traversing through the Great Clock with Sigmund, who is this guy right here. And this is very puzzle-oriented. A very puzzle-oriented section. There's going to be some interesting stuff. And one precise kind of trick in particular that looks really interesting, but can be kind of difficult to pull off.
Sigma 0426A. But you can call me Sigmund. I'm junior caretaker here at the Great Clock. Forgive me, but what is the Great Clock? Oh dear! We're late! Come! We don't have a lot of time! Figuratively speaking.
Also, that was either the second shortest or the shortest unskippable cutscene in the game. So, yay.
Where is everyone? Not
Yes.
really sure.
He saved the banana.
After that butler guy tossed you into the hall.
He wanted it for himself, man.
Are they? No, not very pleasant at all.
Just wanted a banana.
What the purpose of this facility is.
No! Oh, come on! Stupid hypersonic brainwave scrambler.
80% for Bait and Kaidos is that long still? Holy crap. So now we get to
Access denied.
keep flapping our wings around everywhere.
Open your optical drive. This is senior personnel. I'm with XJ0461. While you're unconscious, I took the liberty of
And we get to show off the puzzle mechanics of this game, which are
installing the other time pad and
quantum-based.
Recording initiated.
A lot of time puzzles.
quite an ingenious security device. Did you design it? Time pads will also let you record.
Temporal recording. Temporal recording initiated. Temporal recording initiated.
Brilliant, sir. Follow me. Orvis was right. You're gonna do just fine. Trace you to the mnemonic chamber.
So
Oh, come on. I just.
you can actually skip every Great Clock section in this game, but if you do so for this one in particular,
Access granted.
you actually soft lock, or like you lock yourself out of getting bolts. You don't actually soft lock. You can't reach a couple of gold bolts because the door is permanently locked.
Nefarious spent over a year trying to hack you. I have to deactivate your neural safeguards and send you into your own subconscious.
So that's why I'm going through this right now. Don't mind when it looks like it freezes. That's just my disc and or console being bad.
To do if you're going to take over my work.
Are you really my father?
No, my dear boy, I am a program, a digital simulation of the real Orvis, installed the day you were born in Solana. But don't worry, I I know all his old jokes. Lesson 1. I'm going to teach you how to manipulate
There isn't
time.
really much I can say about this. This is,
To create time bombs.
I mean, Orvis is explaining everything pretty well.
To the other side. Bravo, XJ0461. Bravo. Each bomb contains enough quantum energy to slow down time for just a few moments. Quantum
Sadly, I
energy
can't really
is
skip
quite
this.
unstable, so only one bomb may be thrown at a time.
No, I'm not mashing up. I'm actually canceling glides. So what I'm actually pressing is R2. You can also press triangle for it. But it's just alternating between X and R2 for me.
Good form, XJ0461. You're doing quite well. Now, on to lesson 2.
What is lesson 2?
It looks a lot like flapping wings.
Particle acceleration.
Actually, I'm going to teach you how to hit things with from time to time, various creatures. I think you're ready for a bit more.
That was good.
Keep going.
Good.
Just a few left.
Good.
Well done. You certainly cleaned
Yeah, your falling speed is, or like your horizontal speed when falling in this game is like super, or is like faster.
Congratulations, sir. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Sigmund, what happened to the real?
Give me staff.
He said it's a secret. And a junior caretaker knows how to keep secrets. Yes, sir. Come on. We have an orientation room that will tell you everything.
I didn't realize that actually interrupted his speech.
Watch out, sir! Terratropes! Terratropes are nasty little creatures. They feed on